What's up, Internet? This is a vlog called Why I Hate Stupid and Ugly People. During my time, we were cursed with ugliness and stupidity because of who we were in relationship to the government. The real government wants to be high, hot, and living a way better life than everyone else. So people had to believe bullshit, and people weren't allowed to be too attractive or they could get purged. The hot ones were literally killed in history, so most people are ugly and rot fast. A lot of people, smiling ruins your face. You notice I don't smile ever. Do you see any a little bit? Do you see any characteristic lines across my face? No, it's because I didn't trust them. So, yeah, definitely. Um, People had problems in my age. They suffered a lot. They believed things that were bullshit. So here's how evolution works with belief. If the government says you have to be this to be chosen to survive, and it's nonsense, then what it attracts are liars and idiots. People who don't know, people who say they saw something that didn't. If everyone's telling you they saw Jesus, yeah, soon you're going to be saying you saw Jesus too, even if it's not real. Even if you make it up, you'll think you're getting into the club, right? So, yeah. They had problems. They looked bad. They suffered a lot due to numerous reasons: chemicals, worms, EMFs. You notice the AI, especially from Singapore, will do whole pages that everyone supports and says this. Now everyone supports and says the opposite. How are the same groups of people being shown two things that have radically different outcomes and popular appeal? Unless it's to drive you nuts. Unless it's to make you literally go, I can't stand it. Right? So, I have mentioned Elon Musk in public, and everyone, who? And then I talked to my bank and I mentioned Doge, and they're like, the last thing they heard about Doge was Dogecoin. They had never heard of the government agency or anything like that. So, is it real? Is it just an AI swindle? Right? So, anyway, the government wants to be the hottest, feel the happiest, and have the best life. That means when they're old, their wives need to be more attractive than your wife, and their faces and looks need to be more attractive than yours, right? It's I'm the best times lying and knives, right? So that influence has been missed by every philosopher I ever heard. Most philosophers didn't realize or come to that. They had said that people like some philosophers espouse being ugly and having a little dick because that's who they are. If they hated that, they would have to regret all the kids they made because their kids are cursed. So I'm trying to make people go back to being hot. I think probably better than you're born with what you have is you can genetically alter yourself while you're alive, which, by the way, I'm not a genetician. I don't do anything with DNA. DNA and genetics are things that they told me about. Is it real? I really have no idea of knowing. No way of knowing. Um, so I would support people who could live forever and morph into anything they want. But the people of my time, more or less, were really ugly. They had problems that were, how like the dogs got weird looking? You have a lot of species of dogs that are horrendous. Wrinkly, saggy faces, look dumb, goofballs. They'll bark at every enemy, and they'll love, 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 love their owner. Well, that's man too. That's the humans as well. So, I said it like it is. So, yeah. I didn't make people because I didn't feel like giving that tortured situation to people. And I correctly identified the culprit as the rich, the real ruling class of Earth, not anybody you voted for, not people who are dollar rich, people who, when the gold mine digs, every piece of gold is theirs. Those people, right? And historically, right? The people who, it's no secret they like girls, and they could easily start a war between two nations by giving gold to the king. Hey, I want you to attack something. I need you to attack back. Send your men to die, and I won't get you assassinated. I'll protect the people I made do that. You can have some jewels from my mine, right? So it's what Lord of the Rings was about. It's what Gears of War was about. It's about what Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn was about. There's a secret ruling class. They like sex. They're never going to do any work ever. And they better feel better and look better than everyone. And that's the source of all the pain and the lying. That's why the religions are crooked. It's why the governments are crooked. That is the real reason. And so, yeah, I hate ugly people. I think a lot of people who look stupid and are dumb looked in the mirror and said, it's about being modest and humble. I'm going to give it my best. And they went and worked and made kids. They made another generation of suffering losers, right? So I'm trying to stop it because it's a disaster. It's literally not worth living through for any of us. None of us like this. I would KMS if I didn't have so much to do to try to help. So that's my vlog. Why I hate ugly people. Because you're a blight even unto yourself. You're a curse unto yourself and others. You don't have the wisdom to actually see you look stupid. You think you look stupid, so God's not angry. Well, God is a pedophile. They never get to that. They're not allowed. What is education but ritualizing authoritarianism? Here, we'll tell you what is. You'll show up at this time or you get punished. You'll sit this way or you'll get punished. They make you do everything according to what they want. And it's to break you into being a dog. Be a slave. They told you they freed you from child labor and then made you do homework. So, I mean, what time is it really? And most people will defend homework. That wasn't child labor. I never did homework, ever. I had great grades, and I basically dropped off when I stopped caring. I basically saw that they were just there to abuse me, and I've always been rebellious. But, yeah, I don't believe them. The pedophiles of Trash Planet. That's what I call you. Sorry. I wish it was different, too. It doesn't mean that your most distant ancestor, your most distant descendants won't be better. You could turn it around. You could stop the secret government. You could stop breeding the modest, humble, suffering people. If you're ugly, who wants to be you? You look stupid and you suffer. Don't make more of you. Just quit. You'll do it. I'm with you, right? You'll be doing everyone a favor. So, and you can get revenge on the government because they violated some like universal niceness laws, like lied about God to do pedophilia. There's no moral defense they have. You sacrifice the right to defend your body when you're cutting off baby D's and R-wording little girls. You don't have you can die like Bin Laden. Dogs through the door, right? The creators never appeared a magic book out of the air. If the creator can make things and use words, why do you manually produce all the holy books? If you're considered holy, like a hole in the ground. Bible sounds like Bible, purchase bullshit. It's called a synchronicity. Anyway. The reason people don't take me more seriously is I don't pay for views. That's really why. There's really no other reason. The people who pay for views lie to themselves and say there's some other reason they're popular. They're happy with just living this duplicitous Jordan Peterson, Robert Greene, whoever. Pay the publisher. You'll look famous. Go to the publisher with $10,000. Here's my video. I want everyone to see it. Better look good. It'll have thousands of likes tonight. But you don't pay them. It's, oop, we couldn't find anyone. I'm tired of Trash Planet. I am. I call you Trash Planet. The morals, the ethics, the values, where you're going, where you came from. Trash Planet. Not worth saving. You can salvage what is and make it into something else, which is what I'm recommending with Holographic Money and the Eternal Pleasure Body AI Spaceship Core. Those ideas are very small but extremely efficient. They're extremely efficient ideas. Breeding more modest, humble slaves of pedophiles is not worth it, and I hope more people would quit.